Hi, Greg with GREE here with another quick tip for you. So today I want to talk about mini split maintenance and cleaning. For the most part, all we really got to do is keep the filters clean. And that's after these units get a number of years on them, there is times where you may need to do a deep clean to that evaporator coil assembly and the blower wheel. So that's what I want to talk about today. There's no filter in front of that evaporator coil. The older style machines did have a filter that would roll up and it would cover across the top and the front here. The newer machines, you don't have a filter right here. You only have the filter on the top. There's a couple of release tabs. You grab these release tabs and you can pull that filter up and you can slide it out of there. And that's where your filter is located. The one thing we don't want to use on these filters is any kind of chemicals. There's no reason for that. And the chemicals could actually eat away the screen, or you could be leaving residue on there that allows it not to filter properly. So I highly recommend you just wash it with water. So you take your filter outside. You want to make sure your hose is set up to where it ain't got too much pressure. We just want to wash it out. You see all that funk coming off of there. I wash from the back side first, then wash through the front side. But there we go, nice clean filter. Now we're going to get into what it's going to take if you need to do a deep clean to one of these mini splits. I think if you take the cover off and get to where you just got the evaporator coil and the blower wheel, which is what we really care about cleaning, you're going to do a much better job of cleaning that unit. First of all, you're going to need one of these jacket assemblies that goes around the mini split so you can clean it without getting water all over the place. It's going to give you a drain. You're going to drain into a 5-gallon bucket. And then you're going to need a good low pressure washer. There's two settings on the machine. You got a low and a high pressure. Make sure you're using the low pressure setting. Make sure all your connections are tight. Test it outside. Then take it inside to your 5-gallon bucket and you're ready to go, and hopefully you won't have any accidents and spill any water anywhere. All right, so when you're taking these units apart, very first thing you want to do, make sure the power's off. You can just kill the disconnect to the outdoor unit, because on mini splits, the indoor unit is powered by the outdoor unit. If you're working on one of our multi-pro systems and you have a wall mount, you hopefully have a toggle switch for killing the power to the unit right by it. If not, you need to find a breaker and shut the power down. I'll take this cover off first. Then I will take the display loose. I always take this screw for the display and put it back in. When you get your display unhooked, then this will actually pop loose for you. Before I put any of these back on, I'd clean them real good. Do the little cam slides on here, pop them back. You can use a screw gun, just be careful you don't over torque when you go to put them back in. So you got 4 screws across the front. Depending on the size of the unit, you might have 1 hidden screw. You might have 3 hidden screws like this one. And I could almost bet if you're doing like a big 2.5 ton or something, you might have even more screws and hidden screws than that. So, and that whole jacket comes off. What you want to do is take a really good look at the evaporator coil as best you can. The other thing you want to do, because you're going to want these off if you're doing a deep clean anyway, it's going to make it that much easier. Kind of shine the light through there and kind of see if you can see through it at all. It's kind of hard to do, but I can see that whole light up through that evaporator coil when I look underneath here. So this coil is not real dirty. So what we're looking for here is looking at that blower wheel. This one's just got a light film of dust on each wheel. What'll happen over time is you'll get buildup in that, and then you start getting less and less of a blower cup. And sometimes the units will get a little noisy, and sometimes they just don't cool real well. So with that little pressure washer, you'll be able to get in here and clean that whole blower wheel. I would start by washing the evaporator down first, clean the blower wheel last. Everything should run down the drain or into your 5-gallon bucket. All right, so as you seen in the video there, me cleaning that entire evaporator coil assembly and cleaning the blower wheel. But as you can see, really no damage done, you know. Got a little streak of water down the wall, Got a little bit spraying back on me. I showed me washing it through that front screen, and then also with that front screen out of the way, washing it, because you can see better what you're actually cleaning. You get a little more splashback on you. I only use 5 gallons of water. Depending on how dirty the machine is, you may have to do that twice and actually use 10 gallons. I don't recommend using any chemicals or anything like that. It's just dirt. It should come loose just with that pressure washer. It's got a decent pressure to it. It cleaned that blower wheel phenomenally well. That blower wasn't super dirty, but you could see the dust film all the way across that blower wheel. Now it looks like brand new. So I think with the right precautions, you can easily go into somebody's home and clean a mini split wall mount with one of these little pressure washers, and you don't have to pull that unit out to actually clean it. GREE, we're by your side.